Students, a very good morning to you all. Today we will start the chapter New Political Formation from your history book. In our previous chapter, we have studied about the different culture developed during the medieval period. In this chapter, we will discuss about the reasons for the decline of the Mughal Empire, which were the important states that emerged in the subcontinent after the death of Aurangzeb, and who were Marathas and how did they establish powerful kingdom. So let's get started. So students, have a look at this picture. This is the tomb of Safdarganj, which is located in Delhi, and it is the most popular historical sites visited by hundreds of tourists every day. But who was Safdarganj? Safdarganj was the second ruler of the kingdom of Awadh, and the kingdom of Awadh was founded by Saadat Khan. And when it was founded when the Mughal Empire became weak. A number of people declared independence and founded independent kingdoms throughout the Indian subcontinent. So in this chapter, let's discuss the reasons for the declines of the Mughal Empire. So students, let's see the reasons for the decline of the Mughal Empire in brief. The Mughal Empire declined rapidly after the death of Aurangzeb. The causes for the downfall of the Mughal Empire were varied. Let's see them. The religious and Deccan policy of Aurangzeb was the most important cause. The weak successors and demoralization of the Mughal army. The vastness of the empire. The financial difficulties due to continuous wars led to the decline. The neglect of the sea power by the Mughals. The Europeans began to settle in India. The invasions of Nadir Shah and Ahmad Shah Abdali weakened the Mughal state. Thus, the decline and downfall of the Mughal Empire was due to the combination of political, social, and economic factors. If we talk about the successors of Aurangzeb, the successors of Aurangzeb were both weak and incompetent. The latter Mughals spent more time in their harems and in pleasure and soon lost control of the states. So let's discuss these later Mughals in detail. Later Mughals. The death of Aurangzeb led the foundation of decline of the mighty Mughal emperor, and it was happened due to prolonged war of succession between his three sons, Muazzam, Azam, and Kambaksh. The eldest of them, Muazzam, became victorious in the war of succession, and he is known in the history as Bahadur Shah I. Bahadur Shah I ruled from 1707 to 1712 CE, and during his brief reign, the Sikhs were defeated by the Mughals. Bahadur Shah I was succeeded by his son Jahandar Shah, and like his father and grandfather, he also ascended the throne after killing his brother Azim Uz Shah. But Jahandar Shah was a weak and corrupt ruler. In his reign, his Wazir, whose name was Zulfikar Khan, became very powerful. And Jahandar Shah was murdered in 1713. He was ascended by his nephew Farrukhsiyar. In his reign, Banda Bahadur, the leader of Sikh, was executed, and the grant of important trading rights to the English merchant through a royal firman was also started. Sayyid brothers became the most powerful nobles of the Mughal Empire. Farrukhsiyar was imprisoned and killed by Sayyid brothers, and he was succeeded by Rafiduddin. And Roshan Akhtar was placed on Mughal throne after the death of Rafiduddin. Before moving further, let's talk about Sayyid brothers. The Sayyid brothers were known as kingmakers. But why they were known as kingmakers? The Sayyid brothers were so powerful that they could place on the throne anyone they liked. That's the reason they got the nickname King Makers. They became very powerful during the Farrukh Shah time. Roshan Akhtar, who was better known as Muhammad Shah in the history. He ruled from 1719 to 1747. Hyderabad and Awadh became independent during his long reign. And the most significant event that took place during his reign was the invasion of Nadir Shah. Invasion of Nadir Shah. Nadir Shah was the ruler of Iran. He defeated Muhammad Shah in 1739, and the battle between the Mughals and the forces of Nadir Shah was known as the Battle of Karnal. After defeating Muhammad Shah, Nadir Shah entered Delhi and raided and plundered it. His soldiers killed thousands of people and took away wealth including Kohinoor diamond and the most famous peacock throne of Shah Jahan. And it was followed by the series of invasion of the Afghan ruler Ahmad Shah Abdali. And this shows the weakness of the Mughals. Successors of Muhammad Shah. Muhammad Shah was succeeded by his son Ahmad Shah Bahadur. Ahmad Shah was succeeded by strings of rulers, including Alamgir II, Shah Jahan III, Shah Alam II, and Akbar II, Bahadur Shah Zafar II. Bahadur Shah was the last ruler of the Mughal Empire. After the revolt of 1857, he was sent to Rangoon as a prisoner, and he died in prison at 1862. We shall read all about this in class 8th book. So students, now it's time to revise whatever we have studied till now. So these rulers, the later Mughals, were the successors of Aurangzeb, which were totally weak and incompetent. So Bahadur Shah was the son of Aurangzeb. Bahadur Shah was then succeeded by Jahandar Shah. Jahandar Shah was then succeeded by Farrukh Shah. Farrukh Shah was then succeeded by Muhammad Shah. Muhammad Shah was then succeeded by Ahmad Shah. Ahmad Shah was then succeeded by Alamgir II. Alamgir II was then succeeded by Shah Alam II. Shah Alam II was then succeeded by Akbar II, and Akbar II was then succeeded by Bahadur Shah II. So students, now it's time for some brainstorming exercise. So let's start. What was the nickname of Sayyid brothers who succeeded Aurangzeb, and what are the reasons for the decline of the Mughal Empire? So students, give me the answers of these questions in the comment section below. Thank you and have a good day.